Nathan Falkenstern, NathanFalkenstern.
Nathan, what year and what position do you play?
I'm a senior and I'm a defensive back.
Awesome. Well, Nathan, taking a look at this Concordia team, how do you feel like things are coming together as you got a month to go before the season starts?
All the pieces are starting to come together. We have a really young team. We have only a couple seniors, 2 to 3. And so getting a new quarterback too. So it's a lot of pieces to put together before a season, but it's getting there.
This Concordia team last year had some growing pains. Just what can you take away from last year's experience and try to build on it for this year?
Obviously there's a lot of stuff to learn with our growing pains. So coming in early to a year with a young team, knowing that so we can lead, it'll be a good example to lead. And then, every year we'll have its struggles. So we'll get more this year, but we'll be coming back stronger and stronger each year.
You mentioned having to replace that quarterback position. Who are some guys you feel like can step up and have a big year this season?
I think two guys that come to mind right away, Avery Cook and Evan Stipp. Avery, great defensive anchor, can play, good receiver too. Evan's a huge playmaker at receiver too. And then we also have Carter Ripke coming back from an ACL. He might be playing some quarterback with us. We'll see what happens with that, but all three of those guys are very athletic and can make plays.
Well, shoot, if Avery's as good on the football field as he is on the basketball court, you guys are in good shape. Looking at you as one of those upperclassmen, how are you trying to lead and set an example for the younger guys?
I'm just trying to go out, give my hardest every day. I'm a lead by example, not much by words, guys. So just going out, giving 110% each play is the best way to lead for me.
For sure. And just looking overall at the landscape of the SAC, the schedule changes this year. That includes some out-of-conference games now. How do you feel like that's going to help this Concordia team? Just see some teams that you maybe haven't seen in the past.
It'll give us a new perspective. Obviously, they'll have a different style of play, and I think it'll be good warm-up games like that for the SAC, which is a very tough schedule, as you guys know. So,
no doubt. Anything you want to add that I haven't asked already?
Not that I can think of.
Carter Ripke, CarterRipke.
And Carter, what year, what position do you play?
I'm a senior. I play a little bit of quarterback and corner on defense.
Okay, well, Carter, taking a look at this Concordia team, how do you feel like things are coming together so far?
It's coming together pretty well. We put a lot of work in the offseason, made a lot of progress. We got a young team, but we're excited to see what we can bring.
Yeah, you mentioned just the youth. Last year, some growing pains with Coach Manigold back in the fold. What can you take away from last year's experience and try to build on it for this season?
Last year we had some seniors that really led by example, so hopefully we can. We have not as many seniors this year, but hopefully we can continue to lead by their example.
For sure. You mentioned playing quarterback. Just how do you hope to win that quarterback battle and try to be a leader for the guys on offense?
Just coming in practice, putting in work, not to make everything just going through the motions, just really trying to work harder and be better each day.
Who are some folks that you feel like can step up and have a huge year?
First guy that comes to mind is definitely Avery Cook. He's made a lot of progress. He's a great athlete. Him and Evan Stipp on defense, they could be pretty good. Linebacker Zach Spielman, he'll have a great year this year. I guarantee it.
What are you hoping to accomplish, maybe as an individual and as a team for this coming season?
Individual, just have a great last season. Go out with a bang. Try our hardest. Have a good season. And same thing for the team. Just have a good season. We have a tough schedule, but there's games we can win, and I believe we can compete.
Yeah, speaking of that schedule, the SAC is changing some things up this year, now opening the doors to some out-of-conference opponents. Just how do you feel like that experience is going to help this Concordia team? Just see some teams that maybe haven't seen in the past.
Yeah, I think that'll be a great experience just to see other teams and see how we compare to other teams. Give us some confidence going into the season.
Good deal. Anything else you want to add that I haven't asked already?
Got nothing.
Had a really good summer, probably the best summer we've had in 25 years in terms of kids buying in. They were there regularly for our lifting conditioning sessions. We had great attendance at our summer practices, worked hard. We got a lot installed. It was really, really good summer. I don't know what that means for the regular season, but it was really good.
Just with last year being your first year back in the fold as in a head coaching position, just how much more comfortable do you feel like the guys are just knowing they've got some stability from the past season?
Yeah, I'd hope they were comfortable last year too. They knew a bunch of us. We had been there. I think there's a level of comfort. Now, you could argue a level of discomfort is always good too. Like, you want them to be on edge a bit. So I think it's good. Our kids really responded well last year. No complaints from those guys. And virtually all of the kids that we had playing last year are back. So that's a good sign. So they're buying into what we're doing. So we're excited. I mean, I think it's going to be an interesting, exciting year for Concordia.
Some of the guys mentioned just the youth that's coming in, trying to fill some of those key skill positions. How do you hope those younger guys can step up and play a big role for Concordia?
I mean, yeah, there's no doubt we're going to be young. We really only have 3 seniors on the team, and that's an insane number, frankly. To go play the schedule we play with 3 seniors is really going to make it difficult. But we have young guys, are really all 3 of those classes, the juniors, the sophomores, and the freshmen. We've got great numbers, and we have kids that we think can contribute. Now, when you have 3 seniors and you're playing our schedule, what does that mean for wins and losses? I don't know. But I can tell you again, the buy-in in the offseason in the summer has been without precedent, so we're excited about it.
Who are some names that you feel like can step up and have a big season?
Yeah, I'm hesitant to give names because we're really still in the process of getting things organized, put together in terms of depth charts. But, I mean, the 2 you talked to, Carter Ripke, whether he plays quarterback, whether he plays receiver, whether he plays defensive back, he's going to have to be both a productive player for us and a leader for us. Nate Falkenstern as a leader. We've got some kids that the Fort Wayne community would probably know, and Avery Cook, he plays basketball for us. He's going to have to be a production getter for us at receiver DB. And, I mean, we've just got a lot of kids, honestly. You put those kids on paper, there's a lot of kids who could produce for us. So if I start naming a lot of names, they're going to get mad. So we'll just leave it at that.
Hey, that's all good. Looking at the SAC, some changes to the overall scheduling format starting this season, including some out-of-conference games now. Just how do you feel like that impacts things at Concordia and just gives its guys a chance to see some out-of-area opponents?
It provides a different texture for us, certainly opening with 2 out-of-conference games. I don't know. I mean, you drop Carroll and Northrop if you're Concordia. And, I mean, those are 2 good teams. We still play a slew of good teams from the conference. So I don't know that changes much. And the 2 we picked up, Indy, Cecina, and Eastbrook, those are good teams. So I think the schedule is just as tough. The difference is they're not conference games. So it will be interesting to see how Concordia and the rest of the conference really stack up against these teams. So it's exciting. It'll be an interesting experience for these guys. It's good because in a way it prepares you a bit for sectional tournament play because you're not playing a Fort Wayne team. So it'll be interesting if nothing else.